Welcome back, viewers. If you've missed the latest episodes, don't worry. We've got all the thrilling details right here to keep you up to date. From tense moments to surprising twists, there's a lot happening in these latest episodes. Make sure to hit that join button and become a channel member. Support us with a super thanks. And let those ads play for at least 30 seconds to help the channel grow. Let's dive right into the action. On Tuesday, 1st April 2025, in episode 105-415, Kansu nervously walks through the gates of her new school, her heart pounding as she anticipates what's ahead. However, the unexpected happens when she comes face to face with Ayaz, a figure from her past. Their eyes meet, and for a moment, the air between them thickens with surprise and confusion. Their reunion shakes both of them, bringing a flood of emotions that neither expected. Meanwhile, Omar and Susan are grappling with the heavy news of their new court date, a reminder that their battle is far from over. Susan's discontent is clear as she tries to come to terms with the mounting pressure of their situation. How will they navigate this new chapter in their lives? In episode 106-416, airing on Wednesday, 2nd April 2025, Akif sneaks into Nebahat's house in search of the USB that holds dangerous secrets. The house is quiet, but Akif's every move feels like a calculated risk, knowing the consequences if he's caught. While Akif deals with his covert mission, Aitan uncovers the truth behind the mysterious flowers that were sent to Seval. The shocking revelation leaves Aitan reeling, her suspicions about those around her deepening. Meanwhile, Burke and Elif share a private moment, overwhelmed with gratitude for the birthday surprises they received. But even their happiness can't mask the sense that darker days are looming over them all. On Thursday, 3rd April 2025, episode 107-417 brings the drama to a head as Emil's night on stage turns into a nightmare. As she stumbles during her dance performance, embarrassment takes over, and the audience's whispers grow louder. The weight of judgment presses down on her, but Emil's resilience keeps her from breaking completely. Elsewhere, Omar offers to pick up Sarp after his car breaks down, hoping to help, but things spiral out of control, and the evening becomes a mess. What should have been a simple favor ends up complicating matters, leaving Orhan feeling more alone than ever. In Friday's episode, 4th April 2025, episode 108-418, Fatma's promise to help Serval with Orhan begins to take shape. With tensions rising, Fatma's involvement could be the key to turning things around. However, the children are focused on their upcoming test, which adds pressure to an already stressful situation. As the stakes get higher, Nebahat and Fatma hatch a plan to trap the kidnappers. But what they uncover is more shocking than they could have ever anticipated. A revelation threatens to unravel everything they thought they knew about the people around them, and the consequences are impossible to ignore. On Monday, 7th April 2025, episode 109-419, things take a dangerous turn for Sarp, who finds himself in trouble with a gang. With the stakes higher than ever, Sarp is forced to call on Omar for help, hoping his friend will come through for him in his time of need. Meanwhile, Fatma and Seval's plan to take control of Orhan's situation is in full motion. But with everything hanging in the balance, it's anyone's guess whether their plan will succeed or fall apart. The suspense reaches a boiling point as they navigate this treacherous path. Tuesday, 8th April 2025, episode 110-420 takes a dramatic turn when Yasmin has an idyllic day with Tolga that quickly turns into a nightmare. As the day unravels, Aybike and Yasmin find themselves in a dangerous situation at the hospital. What was meant to be a peaceful outing becomes a desperate struggle for survival, as the two women face a dire predicament. The chaos forces Yasmin to confront her worst fears, and her world is turned upside down. Meanwhile, other characters grapple with their own emotional turmoil, making it clear that no one is safe from the escalating tensions around them. In episode 111-421, airing on Wednesday, 9th April 2025, the relief of Ayla waking from her coma brings joy to her family, but their happiness is short-lived. As Seval and Akif work furiously to erase all traces of Gökhan, they become increasingly desperate to maintain their carefully crafted facade. Meanwhile, Aybaik uncovers a shocking truth: Cansu has been blackmailing Akif. This revelation shakes the foundation of the relationships around her, and Aybaik is forced to decide how to handle the newfound knowledge, knowing that it could explode everything in its path. On Thursday, 10th April 2025, episode 112-422, Nebahat continues to struggle with nausea, a constant reminder of the complications surrounding her pregnancy. The strain is apparent, and she's starting to worry that something isn't right. In the midst of her concerns, Orhan meets Ayten's new boss, and his disapproval is immediate. He doesn't trust the new authority figure, and this sets off a series of confrontations between the two men. Gulten makes her return to the scene, adding yet another layer of tension. What will Gulten do next, and how will it affect everyone involved? On Friday, 11th April 2025, episode 113-423, Akif is confident he has outwitted Gulten, but little does he know, she is far more dangerous than he realizes. She's been playing her own game, and Akif's belief that he's in control is about to be shattered. Meanwhile, Susan receives an unexpected wedding gift, one that forces her to question her marriage to Omer. This gift brings up doubts about their relationship and what the future holds for them. With so much uncertainty swirling, Susan finds herself at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take. In episode 114-424, on Monday, 14th April 2025, the discovery of a body near the woods where Gökhan was buried sends shockwaves through the entire community. The mystery deepens as the police work to identify the body, and suspicions rise about who it could be. Ayten, meanwhile, has reached her breaking point with Orhan. His attitude toward her and Cansu has become too much to bear, and she's ready to confront him once and for all. With emotions running high, will this be the moment that changes everything for them? On Tuesday, 15th April 2025, episode 115-425, Seval and Akif are focused on erasing all traces of their wrongdoings, but they're faced with one final obstacle, a dangerous situation that could expose them. They're on the edge, and their fate hangs in the balance as they fight to maintain control. Meanwhile, Orhan attempts to convince Ayten to come back home, but the road to reconciliation is rocky. Fatma, relieved by the new living arrangements, hopes for a fresh start, but the tension continues to simmer beneath the surface. On Wednesday, 16th April 2025, episode 116-426, Akif and Seval's plan is in full swing, but they quickly realize that things are slipping out of their control. They try to get rid of the two campers who are standing in their way, but their efforts only seem to make the situation worse. Meanwhile, Burak's quiz day arrives, and he has high hopes for his students. The pressure is on as they prepare to take the test, and Burak hopes for a strong performance from everyone. Will his students rise to the occasion, or will they falter under the weight of the challenge? Thursday, 17th April 2025, episode 117-427 marks a turning point for Akif and Seval as their plan finally comes into motion. However, things don't go according to their expectations. What was meant to be the culmination of their efforts becomes a complicated mess, leaving Seval struggling to defend Yasmin when everything falls apart. As the situation unravels, it becomes clear that the lies they've built their world on are beginning to collapse, and they must find a way out before it's too late. By Friday, 18th April 2025, episode 118-428, 1 month has passed, and while many lives have changed, Cansu remains in the same emotional turmoil. She can't understand why Ayaz has been avoiding her lately, especially now that they're dating. The tension between them grows, and Cansu is left questioning what went wrong. As the situation develops, she's forced to confront Ayaz about his behavior and uncover the truth behind his sudden distance. In Monday's episode, 21st April 2025, episode 119-429, Nebahat is starting to lose patience with Akif's constant fussing over their unborn child. His worry and obsession with her health and the baby seem to be pushing her to the edge, and she's beginning to wonder if his overbearing behavior is more about control than care. Meanwhile, Orhan pays Seval a visit in jail, and as he looks at her, the disappointment in his eyes is clear. Seval's actions have cost her dearly, and she knows it. The emotional weight of the situation seems to finally be catching up with her. Back in the Erin's household, Ogulkan and Elif make a bold move to try and reunite Ömer and Susan. But their well-intended plan takes an unexpected turn, complicating things even further. Can their intervention spark the reconciliation that everyone hopes for, or will it tear the couple further apart? Tuesday, 22nd April 2025. Episode 120-430 sees the men closing in on the diamond, and with it, the stakes couldn't be higher. In a tense turn of events, Susan is captured as leverage, and it's up to Ömer to do whatever it takes to secure her freedom, including returning the diamond to the men who are threatening her. The situation takes a darker twist as Akif is forced to step in to help, but his involvement only raises more questions about his true motives. Amidst the chaos, Shareya finds herself in the wrong place at the wrong time, caught in a web she never expected. As the pressure mounts, every decision could be the one that determines their fates. Wednesday, 23rd April 2025, episode 121-431 brings a moment of opportunity for Ömer when he receives a once-in-a-lifetime chance to appear on a game show. With the possibility of winning a significant amount of prize money, the timing couldn't be more perfect, and the whole family is filled with anticipation. However, Nebahat is deeply concerned about Akif, whose increasing paranoia about his involvement in the mess surrounding Gökhan's disappearance is beginning to show. While Ömer prepares for his big moment, Nebahat's worries threaten to derail his optimism, and soon, Ömer finds himself torn between his own ambitions and the growing instability around him. On Thursday, 24th April 2025, episode 122-432, Ömer's success on the game show pays off when he uses his newfound wealth to secure a new home. The entire family gathers to celebrate this step toward a new chapter, but it isn't all smooth sailing. Nebahat faces a sudden and dangerous accident, one that endangers her pregnancy and throws her into a state of panic. The family rallies around her, but the incident causes even more strain on the already fragile relationships within the household. In an attempt to lift the spirits of the children, Akif organizes a cheerful picnic, hoping to bring some joy to the difficult days they are enduring. However, despite his efforts, it's clear that there is no easy fix for the tension that continues to build. Friday, 25th April 2025, episode 123-433 marks a bittersweet moment in the lives of the students as they prepare for their very last day of school. As they reminisce about the good times they've shared, there's a palpable sense of pride in their growth and accomplishments. The emotional weight of graduation is felt by everyone, and even the smallest moments seem to carry immense significance. But beneath the surface, there's an underlying sense of uncertainty about what the future holds. While the children celebrate their success, they're also bracing for the challenges that lie ahead. Will their hard-earned victory lead them to new opportunities, or will the obstacles they face continue to haunt them? On Monday, 28th April 2025, episode 124-434, the spotlight shifts to Orhan and Annekan as they rekindle their love. The bond between them, once fragile and strained, seems to have found new life. As they navigate the challenges of their renewed relationship, there's a sense of hope that perhaps, after all the turmoil, they might finally have the happiness they've been searching for. But just as things seem to be falling into place, Omer makes a shocking discovery that threatens to turn everything upside down. As the tension escalates, the stakes have never been higher for everyone involved. The children too celebrate their high school graduation, marking the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. What lies ahead for them? Only time will tell. On Tuesday, 29 April 2025, episode 125-435, the much-anticipated matric dance finally arrives. The Erins are still struggling to raise enough funds to attend the event, and the pressure is palpable. The event, which should be a night of celebration, becomes a symbol of all the sacrifices and challenges they've faced. Will they be able to attend and make the most of this special occasion, or will their financial struggles ruin the dream of a perfect night? With emotions running high and the night quickly approaching, it seems like their hopes for a magical evening might just slip away. But with their determination, the Erins just might find a way to make it happen. Finally, on Wednesday, 30th April 2025, episode 126-436, the children's exam results are revealed, and the tension in the air is thick. Some will celebrate their hard work paying off, while others will face the bitter reality of their failure. It's a turning point, and the emotional fallout from the results will be felt deeply. As the students react to their outcomes, Orhan plans something special for A10, hoping to make up for the lost time in their relationship. Meanwhile, Omer and Susan's wedding day veers off course in a way that no one expected. As the day unfolds, the couple is forced to confront the reality of their relationship, and the future of their marriage becomes uncertain. And that wraps up another thrilling month. With so many twists and turns, it's clear that the drama is far from over. Make sure to stay tuned, join our channel membership, donate through Super Thanks, and let those ads play for a little while to keep us going. Watch the next video coming up now.